I know what it's like to make money and still not know how to keep money. Let's be real. I know what it's like to be talented, driven, hungry, and still be surrounded by people who don't think like you. Listen, we're living in a time where wealth can grow quickly. AI, everything we got around here. But it can disappear even quicker if your habits are working against you.
From Miami's first light to its night glow, we craft stories that move. You're watching Terrell Clayton Media.
4 years is the average lifespan of an NBA career, and it take us 5 years after that to go broke. Easy numbers game. I do it like this. You make $5 million, 2.5 of that gone. You got agent fees, probably another 50 of that gone.
You ever notice how the biggest losses in life don't come from investments or business decisions? They come from the moments where you think you're just having a little fun, all right? Moments where your ego is louder than your goals. Moments where your lifestyle starts spending money your future was supposed to keep. I saw something that made me pause. A man was talking about how he burned through everything he built, and this man burned through millions, right? Not because he wasn't gifted or smart, but because he kept chasing the feeling, the rush, the escape, the applause. And that's when it hit me. Most people don't go broke from bad markets. They go broke from bad habits. Nobody teaches you the emotional side of money. Nobody teaches you how wealth responds to your discipline or the lack of it, all right? Nobody teaches you that when you level up financially, you activate a level of temptation that can whip you out faster than any recession ever could, right? Think about all these athletes that just blow through money, or people that are working in the banking industry that just blow through money, buying all the things that they wish they could have bought when they was a kid, all right? And this copy right here is why I created the Patreon group, right? Not to brag, not to flex, but because I know what it's like to build without community, right? I know what it's like to make money and still not know how to keep money. Let's be real. I know what it's like to be talented, driven, hungry, and still be surrounded by people who don't think like you. Listen, we're living in a time where wealth can grow quickly. AI, everything we got around here. But it can disappear even quicker if your habits are working against you. Self-control is a wealth strategy, right? Your circle, the people around you is a wealth strategy. Your environment is a wealth strategy. Who you learn from is a wealth strategy. That's why the conversations we have inside the Patreon hit a little different. Those kind of conversations you should have at your dinner table should hit a little different, right? With me, with my family inside the Patreon, we break down plays, we break down mindset, we break down discipline, and we break down emotional traps that keep people broke. Because here's the truth nobody wants to admit. When you're unhealed, every dollar burns a hole in your pocket. Spending becomes a coping mechanism. Lifestyle becomes a distraction. Your future becomes a casualty. Like I say, y'all, your future becomes a casualty. I've seen people build incredible things, and I've seen people lose everything just as fast. The difference was never talent, never intelligence, never opportunity. It was discipline. It was environment. It was their upbringing. It was whether their life supported their goals or they sabotaged them, And that's what I'm trying to teach on this channel, and, not just how to make money, but how to manage your mindset so you don't lose the money you make, how to move with structure, how to move with strategy, how to elevate in a way that lasts, right? Because a lot of y'all watching this right now, you're one good decision away from changing your entire financial life. That's the God honest truth, right? But you're also one bad decision or one bad habit away from ruining it. And that's the tension. That's the fight that's going on right there, right? So let me ask you something. What would your life look like if your money finally had discipline behind it? Every time y'all see me having this discussion, I'm always drinking on my tea because it's herbal. It come from the earth, right? And so this is a brand that I've always been drinking on, and I'm gonna go ahead and put the Amazon link so y'all can be able to follow. This one of our sponsors, Set Tone Tea. You can be able to check them out on Amazon. Click, put in BRICK as the promo code, and we're gonna go ahead and make things happen. I appreciate y'all. Let's stay healthy together, fam. If your habits match your goals, if your financial decisions didn't have to recover from emotional decisions you made on the weekend. Am I talking to any of y'all? If you were surrounded by people who held and hold you accountable to the highest version of yourself, that's what we're building, brick by brick, right? A community where we don't just talk about wealth. We practice the habits that protect. We don't just talk and chase plays. We understand them. Where we don't just talk about success. We build systems that keep it. Because at the end of the day, money doesn't change you. It really reveals who you are. It reveals it exposes your habits. It magnifies your discipline or the lack of it. And if you don't get ahead of that, your blessings will become burdens. But if you do get control, your money becomes a tool, your future becomes structured, and your life becomes intentional, right? And you finally break down the cycles that kept generations behind. You know, that's something I talk about all the time with my family, right? Breaking generational cycles. This is your moment right here, right now, where you decide to protect what you're building, where you choose purpose over impulse, where you choose legacy over lifestyle. Because when it's all said and done, wealth isn't just about how much money you make. That's what most people don't understand. It's about how much you keep, how much you grow, and how much you pass on. So with that said, before I get out of here, let me say this. If you're ready to take this conversation deeper, not just motivation, but real plays, real breakdowns, real strategy, join the Brick by Brick Patreon group. It's in the caption here. That's when we talk about the moves we're making in real times, the trades, the mindset, the discipline, the homework, the stuff that actually builds wealth when the cameras are off. If you're serious about leveling up and want a community that pushes you, holds you accountable, and teach you how to make and keep your money, tap in. The link is right here. I'll see y'all inside. Let's build something together, brick by brick. A few months ago to $582. So the